Okay, next one. Third-person shooter. TPS.
Third-person shooter?
Yeah.
That's a different genre?
Yeah.
I guess maybe that's
because
where
it's
Diablo
not a
fits in?
first-person shooter. It's a third-person.
So
it's
is
a
that
genre.
where Diablo fits in finally, or what?
I thought we agreed that Diablo was an RPG.
No, it's not.
A dungeon crawling RPG.
It's
not a third-person
It's its
shooter.
own genre.
It's a
then.
dungeon
There's
crawler.
no way that it. Okay, fine, dungeon crawler. Whatever.
Yeah, if you wanted to actually label, it's probably a dungeon crawler. It's not on our list, I don't
Third-person
think.
shooter.
It's probably a Western RPG because that's what they,
probably that's kind of what they were back then. I mean, Skyrim's out now, but back then it's more like Diablo and.
Oh yeah, Skyrim, definitely best third-person shooter ever.
No, Western
It's
RPG.
not a third person.
Anyways.
It's like talking to like a coked out Spider-Man. Is this where Diablo comes in? First person shooter?
Not first, third. You said third.
We're skipping you, Jake. Dan, what's your favorite?
First, my first. I'm going to go ahead and throw Metal Gear in here, Metal Gear Solid in here because I was debating whether to put this in the stealth or not, but I think I did not play it as a stealthy game, so I'm going to go ahead and call it a third-person shooter.
I'll allow it.
I'll allow it.
My first was Tomb Raider 2. I remember because it was during the summer, and my dad went off to work, and
so was mine.
I had to try Tomb Raider 2 because everyone was talking about it, so I downloaded it on our PC. Dad wasn't there, and I was on our like 56K modem, so it took like 7 hours, and I'd install it, and I'd play it for like a few minutes. Then Dad would come home, and I'd uninstall it and pretend like I was doing some other thing all day, like reading or something.
Yeah, I think technically Tomb Raider
I was
mine
reading the
too.
scriptures, Dad.
I can't really like remember a good third-person shooter.
You only need to remember.
I mean, like
It's a
Metal
hard one
Gear
for me,
Solid really was like the one that I probably played first for a third-person shooter.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I probably played Tomb Raider before that, but they were close.
They were both came out in 1998, I think.
Yeah, but I didn't own Metal Gear until after I owned Tomb Raider 2 before Metal Gear, but favorite's gonna be hard.
How could you not like Tomb Raider? All those booby shots, back her up into a corner. I know Jake did.
I never actually played Tomb Raider until the most recent one.
My favorite thing to do in that
Are
game
you telling
is
me you
to
just
walk.
masturbated to Lara Croft without playing your game?
Yeah,
Yeah, isn't that kind of like, I don't know, cheating or something?
I don't think so.
No question. Tomb Raider 2 is the one where you can lock the butler in the
Yep,
freezer,
that's
right?
it. That's the one.
Yep. Okay. That's my favorite part of that game. Is just leading the butler in the freezer and locking him inside.
He would kind of like clip to
Yeah.
it. We were such a dick to that guy. And I remember like when everyone's like, "Oh, there's a nude code for this," and I'm like, "Why would you want a nude code for that?"
Yeah, there wasn't a
Those
legitimate nude
triangle
code.
tits. It's
However,
like, come
you could make her explode into pieces, which was hilarious to do.
on. Right, that was a good one. So, favorite third-person shooter? Would it still be Metal Gear for you?
Yeah.
Because in my opinion, it just went downhill. Gosh, I don't know.
You didn't like Metal Gear Solid 4?
I wasn't a huge fan of it, no. I mean, I played it for the story to see what it was, but my favorite Metal Gear game is still Metal Gear Solid 3.
That was a fine one. I like how Metal Gear Solid 4 kind of tied up all the loose ends.
Yeah.
But it really was. Like,
Yeah.
Kojima needs an editor or something. It's way too complicated. My favorite one was Resident Evil 5. It was the first game I ever got all the achievements for. I played it on PS3, so it was all the trophies.
I'm surprised how much people hate that game. I was just looking on the internet, and people
They really
seem
do
to
hate it. And I think they hate it because like they don't have any friends to play co-op with, but I did.
Oh, okay.
So me and my friend Deathwing, we went through the entire thing. And we got all the achievements for it. Trophies, whatever.
Yeah, because that's one of the things they mentioned. Like, remember that character in Resident Evil 4 we had to lead around that really just made the game suck? Imagine
Like
that
if you
for the
played
entire
co-op,
game.
I know. And Sheva was hot. I bet Jake would like Sheva even though she's black.
Is that the chick from your Resident Evil 4 that you were
Yes.
playing the other? Oh yeah,
Yes.
she's definitely hottie.
We finally found a black chick that Jake likes. Mission accomplished.
Too bad she's virtual.
Well, there.
It's okay. We'll still be. We can still have world peace. I can contact Israel. And be like, hey, Jake found a black chick that he likes. They're like, come here, you Muslims. We love you.
Why? What?
And Jesus is gonna be like, well, I guess it's time for me to come back now, isn't it?
Oh my god.
Jake found a black chick. Wow, that's amazing.
That's all it takes.
That's
really?
all it took. That's why he waited 2,000 years.
You guys are such dicks. I've never said that I didn't like black chicks. I like black chicks. They're as hot as everybody else. Okay, you asshole.
not-
Pretty
That's
sure the
not-
story I told before proved that you didn't. It's okay, Jake.
I thought we already agreed that you didn't like black chicks because they weren't pretty enough. What was the line?
We all. See, now I need to post that video because that stuff hasn't been posted yet.
Oh, okay. Well, look forward
It's
to
okay.
that.
If it's not posted up yet, you will be able to see it soon enough.
Heck.
Here's one you guys are like, MMOs.
I'll take this. First
Move.
one was Final Fantasy. I was gonna say 9.
11.
Final Fantasy 11.
I actually played a little bit of Evercrack, but I didn't.
Yeah,
really get into
EverQuest was my first.
I was glad Final Fantasy was my first. Lost my virginity, my MMO virginity to Final Fantasy.
And yeah, Final Fantasy 11 was good, but
Even though I spent the majority of my time playing the game just fishing.
I'm actually going to state it plainly. Vanilla WoW, after Vanilla WoW, it just got terrible.
You like it vanilla because it's white.
No, I like it vanilla because
What's
it was
wrong with
good.
chocolate? Wow, huh?
There was no chocolate WoW, you
Burning
asshat.
Crusade was the chocolate wow.
So vanilla WoW would be your favorite then?
Yeah.
What about you, Dan?
World of Warcraft is probably my. No, I
Are
don't
you
know.
okay with?
I'm conflicted.
Are you okay with chocolate or strawberry WoW? It doesn't have to be vanilla.
I like the Play-Doh ice cream wow that it is now.
Leo, that's still my favorite ice cream.
I'm kind of looking forward to the new expansion. I'll resubscribe for probably a month.
I'm not a really big MMO player. I don't like any of them because it's too much grinding.
Yet you're the king of grinding.
I'm good at grinding when it's like I hate the grind aspect and you have to have a lot of friends to do quests with and like I don't have friends.
Now with Group Finder, you don't have to have friends.
What's that one from? Group Fighter.
Group Finder?
Oh, Group Fighter, yeah.
I have a friend who met her fiance, boyfriend,
So do
something
we.
like
we
that.
do. Are you talking about
On
Sam?
WoW. No. Who's
No.
Sam?
Ben's older brother.
Ben's older brother Sam met his, I guess.
Was she a Tauren? 'Cause he was a Tauren at the time. I mean, who would fall in love with a cow? Just, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure she was a Tauren because she was a druid.
I don't
She'd
know.
have to be if she was Tauren then.
I wouldn't join even for that. It's like, hey, you can find chicks. Yeah, I'll be single.
Hey, you can find chicks, but you're most likely gonna find dudes.
I'll stick with being single over playing a MMO. Alright, what about stealth games? Your first stealth game.
Oh gosh, my first stealth game.
I don't mean masturbating at night under cover of darkness, hoping your parents don't peek in.
That's my stealth game.
You guys go first while I think about this.
I need to find out.
My first one was Tenchu, while you guys look.
Oh, Tenchu!
Tenchu stealth. Remember PS1?
Yeah.
I loved it. Because finally, like before, the ninja games were always like side-scrolling hit-em-ups or whatever, like Ninja Gaiden, and that wasn't really stealthy. But Tenchu gave you the stealth option. Run around on rooftops, assassinating people. Come up behind them, you can do an instant kill.
Yeah,
So
those are some really cool instant kills too. I remember Tenchu 2, I believe it was, in the multiplayer there was a weird like wooden puppet thing. And that thing haunted my nightmares. My friend was playing it and like I was on top of the rooftop running, just trying to sneak up on him and all I see is just this like wooden puppet's head just float up. Like, oh god, what is that?
Plus it was like ancient Japan.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to be a ninja in ancient Japan?
What does Zelda fall under? Adventure?
Adventure.
Okay.
Did you really think that was stealth?
No! I just remember
Why
the first
not?
part of
Wind Waker.
Wind Waker, thank you. I think I don't need to come here just yet.
Do you not play stealth games then?
I actually played Mark of the Ninja recently, which was really good, but I don't really think that there's a favorite
there's
stealth
kind of
game
stealth.
for me.
No. Okay. What about you, Dan? What's your favorite?
Favorite stealth would probably be I had it in my head just a second ago. Now it's gone. No. Let me check my list.
Did you play Deus Ex stealthily? Because I was gonna put Metal Gear Solid, but like you, I didn't really play that stealthily, and I didn't play Deus Ex stealthily. So
well,
I guess
interestingly enough, I play almost all Bethesda games stealthily, but they can't. They don't really qualify as that.
So for my stealth game, it would be like Arkham Asylum, because that was a stealth game.
Yeah, that's a good game too.
I did a lot of inverted takedowns of those guys. And I put Arkham Asylum above Arkham City because Arkham Asylum felt a lot more cohesive. Like, it was more linear, but at the same time, you actually got to see everything. Whereas, like, when I played Arkham City, I did, like, one side quest. But, like, you had to go find the side quest, and it was only available for a short amount of time. And it didn't tell you when it was available, and it locks off after a certain amount of time. So, like, you couldn't do what I would normally do, which was go through the entire game first, and then go and do all the side quests. I think that was really an oversight on their part, and it made the game a lot shorter.
There you go. Alright, yeah, my favorite one would probably be Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, just because I had so much fun with my friends just playing that. We didn't even play the co-op. We just made up ridiculous stories for Sam Fisher to be doing what he's doing. Like he was breaking into the bank because his boss forgot to get cash out or something like that. We just had great times.
I like the stealth genre a lot. It's just I don't feel like there are many stealth games out there that are really good.
Have you played any of the Splinter Cells?
I haven't.
They're pretty fun.
Have you played Tenchu?
I haven't.
They're really fun.
Yes, I know. I get it. Alright, next genre.
Survival horrors.
Oh,
Horrors.
Horror.
Survive this horror. She's infected with a bunch of different STDs.
I'm pretty sure that BioShock falls in that, right?
No, it doesn't.
It is survival horror, dude.
It's not
No,
horror,
it's
is it?
not.
It is horror. You were telling me that game was not horror. That intro, that sent shivers down my spine, okay?
What, the splicer that you, like...
Bloody splicer.
Yes.
That scared you, really?
That was great. The one spot where you, like, walk forward and then you pick up the shotgun and all the lights go out around you.
Okay,
And
I
then we
guess,
get attacked by
I guess
the
Jake was scared of BioShock for some reason.
I wasn't really scared. It
You
was
were
just
scared.
okay. Fine, I was
You
scared.
scared.
It scared the shit out of me. There we go. Now it's my survival horror.
Now everyone knows that you got scared by BioShock. That's like minus 10 gamer cred.
Oh. What about Half-Life? The original Half-Life.
Did that scare you?
Oh,
I
it was
remember
so
there
much
was a
fun.
zombie mod.
I think
for
that was
like
my
Why Do
first
They
one.
Hunger? Is that what it was called? The zombie mod for Half-Life? Why do they? That was scary.
Come down here, you treasure.
I didn't play. I just saw my friend play. And I'm like, yeah, that's a scary mod. Good boy,
my
boys.
gosh.
Now have yourselves a little right.
Why is my brain just going blank on this, too?
You know. See,
Well,
my
this
first one
is where I stopped filling them out on my list. The survival horror, like, damn it. And
My
I had a
first
good
one was Resident Evil, the granddaddy. Well, I call it the granddaddy.
Diablo. The original Diablo. Definitely survival horror. Whew. I'm glad I remembered that one.
I never played the original Diablo.
No?
I played it for like 5 minutes, but I didn't get scared.
I got scared with because not many things in that game talked, and when the butcher says
yeah.
fresh meat,
Fresh meat.
it scared the crap out of me, especially because he killed me in like 3 hits.
That's weird.
Dude, you really needed to play that one back in the day. That one was great.
Did you play Resident Evil?
I didn't.
I did, but it
You'd
wasn't
probably
my
get too
first.
scared. Like, I know Alone in the Dark was the first one, but that was on PC. I wouldn't be surprised one bit if everyone's first was like Resident Evil, or if a lot of people's first Resident Evil.
It might very well have been, because I never really played much survival horror, because I don't like horror games. I'm scared.
You're scared. You're scared
I don't like
Yeah.
scary movies in the least bit. I
love
hate
scary
them.
movies, I hate scary games.
watched.
And I love scary games.
I like.
Oh no, that's what it was. Penumbra. That was the first one that I really got into. Penumbra, the Black Plague, the second.
I haven't heard of it.
Oh.
But I'll
such a
take
good
your
game.
word for it that it's really scary.
It's
and
by
like
the people
Jake's
that made him-
BioShock.
It came
Oh,
is
no.
the game right
Diablo.
before Amnesia.
Yeah,
People that made
way
Amnesia.
scarier.
But the Black Plague scared the crap out of me because I have this weird fear of aliens. And the creatures look a lot like aliens.
So I guess you guys not really have favorites on survival horror then?
Oh,
Resident Evil
Diablo.
4.
Like the first one?
Yeah, Resident Evil 4 would be my favorite. And I know I said Resident Evil 5. Resident Evil 5 was more actiony, so I consider it third-person shooter. Resident Evil 4 is more
Resident Evil 4
scary.
is definitely my favorite. It's my favorite Resident Evil, and therefore my favorite survival horror.
It's really great.
Okay.
And, like, it's kind of hard to be scared when you have a co-op buddy watching that. But Ashley was useless. She didn't watch anyone's back. I was
never
too busy
really got-
watching her boobs, so I'd get hit.
Honestly, I never really got that scared, in, like, besides the regenerators or whatever they were called,
Those.
and the chainsaw guys specifically. But, like, it never really scared me like Penumbra scared me, but since it is that genre, survival horror.
That part still scares me, like the regenerator. Because the first time you see him, you don't have the weapon to take him
Yeah.
out. So you either gotta just shoot him. I know I did it once. I shot him with a shotgun, and I just happened to hit
You
his
happened to
weak
hit the
spot,
spot.
and it exploded.
I just unloaded everything I had.
And there was one point, like the end, like you're walking through, this guy just burst flaming out of like refrigerator. Oddly enough, he was on fire. He burst out of a refrigerator. That was pretty scary.
It's hot in there!
Alright, I don't know why you guys didn't play the original Diablo.
I did.
Did you not get scared playing that game?
I just told you the butcher scared me.
Okay.
I didn't really get scared because you could see so far on the screen. Well, not so far, but seeing what's coming up from in front of you and behind you is not that scary to me. That's what made Resident Evil look really kind of scary in the other ones, because the camera
angle.
Or the terrible. But Diablo was great in the atmosphere, and as you're going down deeper in levels, things get more and more worse. I mean, scarier. They just
Things get more worse. Jake, 2014.
It just, like, the entire time I was playing it, I was playing with a friend, okay, and of course it's Diablo, so we can't show our parents this game. So we're playing it at like midnight, and with the lights off, and he's like sitting over my shoulder watching me play, and as we're going along, like, we just got...
He's like giving you a hand job.
His head's resting on your shoulder.
It just got more and more scary for me and him, and it was great. I loved it. I would play that one again. As a matter of fact, I might, just thinking about it, because...
I do remember justifying it to my parents. They're like,
You're killing the devil,
the
right?
game's so gory. I'm like, but I'm killing demons, and the devil, yeah. I'm fighting, I'm
a
on the
soldier
side
for
of good,
Jesus.
exactly.
That's how they should.
And that's how I justified it to my parents.
Even though in the end you take this soul gem and stab it into yourself or something.
Whoa! Spoiler alert.
Yeah, that game's older than most of the games that...
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Does everyone remember how to do the gold dupe?
No.
Yes! Yes!
See, Diablo was a PC game. My dad didn't like PC. My dad didn't like video games, period, but because I bought the consoles, me and my brother bought the consoles, he couldn't do anything about that.
But Diablo came out
But
on
he bought-
PlayStation.
Why would I?
It was so horrible.
Yeah.
I know, I have it, it's
I-
bad.
Can't play a mouse game on.
It's like StarCraft,
Yeah.
yeah. Just 4.
I know someone's gonna be like, why don't you just buy your own PC then? But back in the early '90s, remember when just the tower PCs were like $800 to $1,000,
Yeah.
and laptops were like $1,500. So it
Yeah,
just
it
made
was-
more sense to own a console back
Consoles
then.
were definitely the way to go back
Yeah.
then. And still, one could argue even today, because you don't have to keep upgrading your console. Like, you can,
But
when you buy it,
you could
you
buy
get
a
for
cheap
good,
like
Yeah.
desktop that can run
most
just about anything on medium settings.
Yeah, but with a console, you're good for about 5 years,
Yeah.
and you can't do that with a cheap PC.
So on to the next one.
Did I say what? Oh, I did say what my favorite survival horror was. Okay, next would be adventure.
Adventure! Yeah.
This is where you can say you're Zelda, Jake.
Yay, Zelda!
Oh gosh.
But I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
And you like A Link to the Past.
I love Link to the Past, but I also love Wind Waker. Both of them are really good. Link to the Past just was fun altogether, and Wind Waker had so much personality to it.
I did like the personality on Wind Waker.
He actually had a personality in Wind Waker.
That's-
The rest of him, he just sits there dumbfounded. That's
That's actually why I don't like Zelda games in general. I don't really relate to Link. And I know you're supposed to put yourself in his shoes, but I'm not a white elf.
None of
You're
us
a
are
dark
white.
elf.
I'm a dark elf.
No.
I would definitely hit on Zelda more than once. Probably get arrested on sexual harassment charges. Thrown in jail. Eventually went out and go join the Gerudo Thieves. A bunch of females. Like, hey ladies, come and get it.
I'm trying to think here. Is there any other really good adventure games, Dan? Are there?
Did you play adventure games on the PC?
Sometimes.
Point and click.
Point and click are not.
Yes,
They're point and click adventures.
They're their own genre.
We're using them as a
Point and
subgenre.
click adventures.
They're a subgenre of adventures. They qualify.
Oh, okay, so my first would have been King's Quest 1. Lame. Dude.
I never got into the King's Quest series.
King's Quest series was awesome, and King's Quest 1 was, well, fantastic for the time. I mean, look at it now, it's atrocious, but back then it
Was Graham the main character in King's Quest 1?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
King Graham.
King Graham.
So I don't remember what the name of my first adventure game was, but we had an old like MS-DOS computer back in the days, you know. And we had my dad deleted all the games, but he missed this one. So when we got the Windows 95 computer, he stopped paying attention to the old computer. So I went around and played on that one, and there was like this old adventure game. I don't remember what the name was. I just remember that at one point in the game, early on, someone, like, you're in front of this building, and someone threw like a loaf of bread at you, and it fell and hit the sidewalk, and it cracked the sidewalk. So, you know, you need to pick it up and use it. And I know it's weird, but it's funny. That was the first one I played.
If we're going, it's the subgenre of point and click adventures. Torrens Passage was my favorite.
Over Zelda?
No, Zelda is my favorite adventure. We're going point and click subgenre.
No, I'm saying adventure. The adventure genre is.
There's only one subgenre here, and that's RPGs, because
Yeah,
that's going to be easier on all of us.
Yeah. Well, I'm just considering that point and click adventures are part of the adventure genre.
I really don't see them that way. I really don't.
Like exploring around.
You're exploring
Collecting
around,
things.
collecting things, but I really do. Sorry, I was laughing at Zidane carrying around dagger. It's funny. Zidane. Really?
Is that his name in Japanese? I don't think it's his name in Japanese.
I don't know, we need to look at the Japanese. I always call them Zidane.
Yeah,
But I know there used to be the French soccer player, Zinedine Zidane. He did the headbutt. Everyone, you all remember the meme of the headbutt, right? That was from, 2006, I think?
I think it's on something awful.
Richie actually headbutted one of his roommates, and they called him Zidane from there on.
Zinedine Zidane.
Zidane, whatever.
It's Zidane.
Zidane.
Anyways, your favorite adventure, thingy-majigger?
Dan.
My first.
Danny's your favorite adventure? You haven't done your first yet?
No.
Oh,
My first was probably Robo Warrior for the NES.
Robo Warrior.
I don't know if anyone with me's played that. It's a horrible game, and I never did get very far in it, but it's technically my first adventure game.
It sucks when your first is horrible. Huh?
Yeah. But the thing is, the music in that game was so awesome that I just kept playing it to hear the music more or less. And favorite? I've never been a huge adventurer. I never really got into the Zeldas. I'm going to have to say, I'm going to go for The Walking Dead Season 1.
Nice.
Point and click adventures. Because that game literally, it had a story that it got me back into point and click adventure games in general.
That's my favorite too. Like, I've seen the series, and I'm like, the video game had a way better story. And I know some people hate it because it's a simple point. I mean, not a point and click adventure, but like if you play it on PC, it's kind of point and click. But like, it kind of simplified everything. But I think I don't really look at it that way. I say it just ironed out all the stupid little wrinkles that.
It doesn't have the I mean, granted, Monkey Island was more of a comedy type
Love
thing.
Monkey Island.
It's just that I hated having to guess what I was trying to use things with. Right? So what do I use here? Let's try this. I hated that. So
there's no more combining a pole with a banana peel so it can tickle the balls of a monkey.
Yeah, exactly.
So it drops a fat shit that holds the key it swallowed after it went flying from the hands of the leader of Nambla because you threw soup at his face. Because he said you seem like the kind of guy who fucked children.
What the hell?
That's what I wrote down. I think like that.
What the hell?
Okay.
That's what adventure games felt like to me before Telltale games.
It's true. And I actually enjoyed that aspect of it. Like,
randomness?
Yeah, because video games are supposed to be fun. They're supposed to be funny. There's supposed to be comedy to them.
I think we already had this conversation.
Yeah, I know, and you guys gave me crap for it. But you want to know what?
They don't all have to be funny, Jake.
They don't all have to be, but too many of them aren't.
Like, has a weird sense of humor.
I know, right?
You think Final Fantasy IX is funny?
I do. Yes, stab,
this
stab,
is funny?
stab, yeah!
Someone just got stabbed, Jake.
Jake's like, people get wounded. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Did you say what your favorite was, Jake? I think you did.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Okay. Visual novels. I know this is going to be Jake's favorite.
I have no idea what you're talking about when you say
Jake's like,
visual
I don't
novels.
know what you're talking about. Visual novels? What? I have never heard of this genre before. What's it about?
Yes, do tell. What is it about?
It's a novel that you play. It's like reading a book, only you can touch stuff.
Yourself.
I don't know why Wikipedia included this one, but it did.
So we don't have to go over this one.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Yeah, we do, Jake.
Is there some specific reason that we should go over this one?
Because Wikipedia said we should.
Alright, okay.
And I wrote something down, so...
Continue, I'm listening.
You want me to say it? Because I didn't really play visual novels. I just remember one time, like, I asked this girl out and she said no, because, I don't know, because I'm black, I guess. Seems like a good excuse. We'll continue going with that. So, after, like, being rejected, I went home and I was on Newgrounds, you know, just trying to cheer myself up by laughing at some of the funny videos. And I clicked on something and it was like, one of those anime hentai thingies. Woo!
Good way to cheer yourself
Did
up.
they have adult stuff on Newgrounds? I don't remember if they did or not.
They did.
Oh, okay.
It was like under the mature stuff.
Did I just get the
I remember, like, I don't
first?
know if it was like one of those anime hentai game, you know, like, or if it was just like a
liking where
regular
this is
dating
going.
game. Because I never got anywhere with any of the girls. They're like,
They were ridiculously hard.
I struck out with a real girl that night and several fake ones. Ironically, I did that to cheer myself up, and I'm like, I'm just gonna start cutting myself. And I didn't have a knife, so I just went to sleep.
Yeah, but one of those online... It was a Flash game. I don't know. I don't think it was on Newgrounds, but it was just one of those online dating sims. Was my first two. And it wasn't very professionally made. That's all I remember about it, really.
Did you always get to see naked chicks?
No.
Yeah, I didn't get to see any either.
I don't know if they were naked. Like, I don't think this was a hentai game per se, but...
I need to look these up more.
Like what I played, like you were in school, and I'm like,
Yeah,
alright,
you were in
so-
school. You had, like, I think there was like 3 or 4 girls you could choose from, and you tried to get with them. I was just doing everything. Like, you had attributes you could increase by doing certain things. Yeah.
To this day, the only people I could hook up with are the ones in Persona.
Because they're kind of forced to just, let's go somewhere. Okay.
Yeah, you can't say no. Dream come true. And they actually show up.
Yeah, they're forced to show up.
How ladylike of them. They didn't keep me waiting here.
How ladylike of Kenji in Persona 3.
Oh my gosh. They can't say no, it's my favorite. I'm supposed to be the perverted one here. You can't take my thing.
Alright, they can't reject me. Not they can't say no when I ask them to fuck them. That's still your thing. That's all you.
Good. Don't take my shit, bastard.
What?
I wasn't trying to.
Yeah, you better not try to.
Take my shit. Okay.
You still haven't told us what your favorite visual novel is.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever played one.
That is a lie, Jake. As soon as I said visual novel, all our fans are like, oh, I can't wait to hear what Jake played. Probably some dick girls or something. All white, of course. We know how you roll.
Actually, I love the tan anime chicks. Like, for some reason, they're way hotter than the regular
Tan
ones.
with white hair.
No, not white hair.
Yeah, who
Dark.
White hair chick.
Dark hair. You gotta have dark hair. Oh, shit.
Key girls escape Futanari Island.
Okay, so I need some good recommendations here because all of a sudden this is looking like a superb genre for me.
Yeah, you should start with, I believe it's called Futanari? That's the kind of girl I'm looking for.
Doesn't sound right. I'm pretty sure that's an area I want to stay away from.
No, you don't.
Well, when you start games like this, you really can't help it. Actually, I've never seen Futanari in it. Luckily, I don't play that many of them, so...
Yeah, I only looked up one visual novel, and after striking down, I'm like, I'm done.
So what was your favorite one? That one?
That's the only one I played.
Alright, my favorite one.
Hey, I know when I suck, and I'll move on, you know?
Let me just read you the description from Something Awful. Have you ever been sleeping late on a Saturday morning and just when you're almost to depart in your dream where Liv Tyler announces you just want a free blowjob and your cat pounces on your chest and wakes you up? Sure, all cat owners have had that dream. Then when you sit up, bleary-eyed and crabby, do you pick up your cat and fuck it senseless? What cat owner doesn't?
The hell?
Wow. This sounds like a great game for Jake. Here's a recommendation for you right here.
If you've been concerned about your longings for your cat and want to take out your urges on your much abused genitalia before the SPCA catches you, then Let's Meow Meow is the right title for you. And so I bought this game because of this review on Something Awful.
Didn't Justin have like a cat fucking game on his computer?
I think
I don't know.
so.
It might have been this
Cat
game.
Girls. I remember like Justin's like, hey, I have this cat fucking anime girl you want to see?
Me
and I'm
and
like, not really. By not really, I mean not at all.
Me and my friend played through every possible relationship in this game.
Wow.
Just to see it. There's a cat, there's a dog Nazi, there is a robotic android cat girl, there is the only normal girl in the game, which you then force to put on cat ears and a tail. It's the best game ever.
Wow. Okay, so we know what Dan's favorite game in the world is. I have a completely different idea of you now, Dan.
It's just, it's ridiculous. And the amount of weird sex stuff in there is hilarious too.
Weird sex stuff.
Note to self, look this one up.
So I guess we're done with visual novels?
Yeah.
Alright, so we're on the last one, our favorite one ever.
RPGs.
No. No, I'm just kidding. So for the RPGs, because there's so many of them, I divided them into 3 categories.
Okay.
So we have JRPG, and then we have Western RPGs,
And then strategy RPGs.
and then strategy RPGs.
Okay.
You know what the difference is, Jake?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
But I'm not sure. I'm thinking Western RPGs.
We'll start with JRPGs.
JRPGs.
Yours was Dragon Warrior.
That was my first.
Yeah, that's what
My first
That's what we're doing
JRPG was Dragon Warrior, and I still love that to this day.
Don't know why.
It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. And I guess my favorite, I'm playing it right now, Final Fantasy IX, still got to be my favorite in that area. As for Western RPGs...
Well, let's start with JRPGs.
Okay, fine. Go.
What was your first, Dan?
It probably was Dragon Warrior 1. I had a Game Boy Color copy of Dragon Warrior 1
Soft.
too. So I started with Dragon Warrior
I think
1.
I know why Jake likes this game so much. He sees himself in Xanadu Zidane. Perverted guys for no reason.
It's there.
And
Only Jake could just so casually throw sexual harassment at me. It's there, so I touched it. Jeez, it's not like it's against the law or anything, guys.
my favorite is probably still Final Fantasy VIII.
Still?
Yeah. I don't know why I like that game.
See, I was lucky in that my first one was Final Fantasy VI.
Hmm.
It was good.
My brother borrowed his friend's Super Nintendo with Final Fantasy VI, brought it over to my house, and I saw it. And I saw the marching and archery scene was just awesome. And the music was great too. Nobuo Uematsu did a great job on the music.
The opera. We didn't mention the opera last time in the Final Fantasy stuff, and I have to mention it now. Final Fantasy VI and that opera, that was just, like, grand. They did such a good job on that game, and I love it so much for things like that. Okay?
I'm still waiting for a remake of 6. Like the same way they remade Final Fantasy 4 on the DS. I think the Bravely Default team should be like, you know what, forget Bravely Default. We know you guys really want Final Fantasy 6 remake. We're going to work on that from now on.
Never gonna happen.
Never gonna happen.
My dreams never come true. I should stop wishing for it and then it'll happen. I'm sorry guys, it's my fault. It's my fault we don't have a Final Fantasy 6 remake and a 7 remake.
Start wishing for
And
a
9
remake. I never
remake.
want that to happen.
Yeah, sure, we can blame 9 remake on me too, while we're at it. We're never gonna get a Deus Ex remake, which we really should.
I'm trying to think of like Western RPGs.
That's
More
gonna be
things
my
to
easy
blame
one.
on me. So let's see, my favorite, I really like 7, but I don't know, I think 7's good, but other RPGs have come along that have been better, which is great because I would hate to think like, oh, my favorite RPG came out like 14 years ago or whatever, 18 years ago. How many years ago?
Like
so
mine,
what's
you
your
mean?
favorite then?
How many years ago did Final Fantasy 7 came out in 1997, right?
I have no idea. I can look it up real quick.
I think it was.
I love this. This is not a treasure chest.
17 years ago. It came out 17 years ago. And then before, like after that, I really like Shadow Hearts 2. I don't know if you guys probably haven't played it, but go on Amazon, buy it, because I did. I only bought it because of the chick on the front. I heard it was an RPG. Chick on the front was a redhead with big boobs, and I had a thing for redheads back in the days.
I actually bought it.
So I should really thank my penis for picking up such a great game for me.
You know what's interesting about that? So Penny Arcade did a comic on the gay tailors from Final Fantasy, or not from Final Fantasy, it was from Shadow Hearts Covenant,
Mm-hmm.
and that is what made me buy the game.
Really?
Yeah, the fact that the gay tailors
the
designing
gay
little
tailors
dresses for your living dolls. I'm
looking
like,
for gay porn.
yeah, it's like I need to search the flower pot for gay porn. I need the living dress for my living doll. I'm like, this game sounds really interesting.
It is really interesting. Like, it took place during World War One. We hardly have World War One games, especially not RPG World War Ones. You have those French tailors that made dresses for your puppeteers' dolls in exchange for gay porn. Which
that's
probably didn't help with my parents thinking that I was gay, but whatever. Who cares about
You're just sitting there looking through the cards in your
like,
inventory. Oh yeah, that'll be worth a lot of dresses.
Given the size of that, I should get at least 3. I love the main character. Yuri was the main character. I would tell you to look that up, but
he's a carryover from one.
Yeah, you should not look up Yuri at all unless you want to look up anime lesbian porn.
Well, I was gonna say,
go for
just
it.
don't look up yaoi. You can go to Yuri if you want.
I don't know. I was like,
But if you're into that,
I'm just saying, like, if you're looking for the Shadow Hearts hero, just typing in
just type
Yuri
in Shadow Hearts first.
Maybe that would work.
That's true. There are two. Yeah, it
Like,
might work.
he was funny and he was badass, which was great because RPG heroes at the time really weren't funny or badass. They were retarded monkey things. And angsty characters and crybabies.
Angsty badasses?
No. Funny, he was angsty. Which is odd because, I'm not going to ruin it, but play Shadow Hearts 2, I guess. So yeah,
Good stuff.
Shadow Hearts 2, probably my second favorite.
And
My number 1 favorite. I bet Jake can guess.
Persona 4.
Golden, yes. So I was going in for surgery one day because I just
Do
I
it
just
all
do
the
that
time.
for fun, And I'm like, I need something to play because I'm going to be bedridden for a while. So I bought a PlayStation Vita because I heard everyone's like, "Oh, Persona 4 Golden, one of the best RPGs." And I'm like, okay. And this is the only instance in which I bought a console for a game, and it ended up being one of the best RPGs ever. You want to talk about funny? That game is fun.
Now I'm thinking about doing that for my next hip surgery. Like, maybe I could justify a Vita.
You can. Seriously, like, it's way better than the PS2 version, which Jake has, and it sucks.
Hey,
And I don't know why Jake bought it. I told him buy a Vita with Persona 4 Gold, and he's like, Persona 4 PS2 got it.
It is
But it's
good.
great. Like, the characters were fantastic, and I I gotta ask out a girl, and she said yes.
I
So
played
that
with
was nice.
I'm starting to realize something about myself. I play games for the weirdest reasons. Like, the only reason I ever picked up the Persona series is because Persona 3, you shot yourself in the head with guns. I'm like, huh, that's interesting. I'll play that game.
Shout out to like, searching for gay
porn.
I'm already doing that. Wow. Did you like I really like the story of Persona 4 Gold because it was a murder mystery. And I'm like, I have to find out who.
Yeah,
this,
so what's going on? What's killing these kids?
Someone's throwing people into TVs,
Yeah.
and so you go into TVs. And there was that one 8-bit level, which was awesome. Throw away that. Persona 4 is so good. And then there's a new game plus mode, so you can. And there's trophies on the Vita, so I'm only missing one. And I played 140 hours, and I enjoyed every bit of it.
What are you missing?
The reset trophy, like when you go into battle or something, Reset will say stuff.
Oh.
Resay. And it's random what she says, and I haven't gotten it. There's like 200, you need to get like 150 of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is a lame trophy.
It's all luck based.
Yeah.
Very lucky.
No, you're not.
I'll get it the first time I play it.
You'll get it like in an hour. It's like, this isn't better yet. How do you do that?
I haven't even gone to the TV world yet.
Probably like the RPG I've spent the most time on in one sitting, 140 hours. Not like
that
I
was
sat
in one
down.
sitting.
I mean like on one save file, 140
go.
hours. So yeah, everyone go out and buy a Vita.
Give
Right
that
now.
Vita some life, please.
I'm because Vita means life, and I've never had a system that was on life support. But it's like I bought it and like I really just play a bunch of indie games on it. It's a
That's
great
what it's-
portable
yeah.
indie machine.
And a lot of indie games are great to be played portable, so it kind of suits it, I guess.
I think the portable handhelds are great for everybody.
RPGs, so you can play RPGs and watch something at the same time.
Yeah.
That's how I do my grinding nowadays.
That's how I play all my games. I've got 2 computers set up at home because I can't afford to like dual screen and my computer can run that anyways. So I got a laptop for YouTube and then my normal PC for gaming. So just
Alright.
watching YouTube videos and playing games. Good.
Let's go with Western RPGs now.
Still, okay, fine. I can actually say Diablo 2 now.
First?
I really like Diablo 1, but I think...
No, I mean your
What's your
first.
first?
first? Probably still Diablo, the original. I mean, I can't really recall that many non-JRPGs. That's the problem. Like, I'm not even sure if there was a non-JRPG for the Nintendo.
I can't think of any either. But I'm not a big Western RPG guy. Because Western RPGs are really big on the PC, and that's the one thing I didn't have.
Yeah.
So my first Western RPG was actually Oblivion on the PS3. Because I bought a PS3 and I was desperate in more ways than one. So I got it. And I hated it.
What am I talking about?
Yeah.
What
What are you talking about, Jake?
Neverwinter Nights. Woo! I love Neverwinter Nights. Oh my gosh, that was such a good RPG. I mean, like, so good. Makes you just want to, I don't know, have sex with it all the time because it's so good.
No, I never want to have sex with any of my games.
Did you ever play Neverwinter Nights?
Right?
Okay, everyone here who thinks Neverwinter Nights is an awesome game, just raise your hand up high. No, don't die, don't die, don't die.
I don't see any hands being raised at all.
Right here. And I know that Dan played the shit out of it, and so did...
Raise your hands up high. I look real like, no hands are raised.
Cavo's here, and I know he played the shit out of that game, okay? Just like I did, and he thinks it's good too. He's told me a few times. Neverwinter Nights, Dan, come on.
What about it?
You liked it, right?
Yeah.
Was that the first one you played?
No, it's the first.
Yeah, I wasn't a big Western RPG fan. Like, I thought Oblivion was, like, overrated. It was like, everything looked the same. Like, someone really got happy with copy and pasting. And story didn't interest me. You could dodge like most melee attacks by stepping back. Beating the shit out of everyone. You could fast travel a lot, which was kind of odd the first time. It's like, I could walk through this dense forest and fight stuff, or I can just fast travel. All the caves look the same. I got so confused. Like, am I supposed to be here? Where am I? Where am I going?
I just had to make sure which came out first. Diablo were my first games.
What came out?
Legacy of Kain.
Oh, Soul Reaver?
No, Blood Omen. For PC.
Oh.
Years and years and years ago, my cousin introduced me to it.
You damn. And he's down again.
And my favorite... it used to be Oblivion, but now I'm thinking probably Fallout 3. Maybe New Vegas. I like the mechanics of New Vegas better, but I like the story of Fallout 3 more, so...
Yeah, Fallout 3 is my favorite. Everyone's like, so... I don't know why people are so confused. Like, oh, I hate Oblivion, but I love Fallout 3. It's like, but it's different, because...
Yeah. Well,
there's
the funny
melee,
thing
there's
is,
guns, there's a bunch of different things.
Yeah, I actually, when I used to love Oblivion a lot, I went over to my friend's house and he was playing Fallout. You know, this game is horrible. There's just the same color, the wasteland's all the same color. It's so boring.
But Fallout 3 is so good.
And
then the bad
and then I
system.
eventually picked it up, and I'm like, wow, I actually like this game a lot better than Oblivion.
It really was. It was the second game I got all the trophies for.
But I'm kind of a horror fan, Bethesda games.
And I love the story. The story is really interesting. And meeting John Henry Eden for the first time.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
The fact that just Liam Neeson should die.
I'm not going to ruin it for people who haven't played Fallout 3.
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything about Eden.
But you should really play it. I just hated the ending because either you or that
Paladin.
the Brotherhood chick had to sacrifice yourself in the radiation-filled room.
You know what the good thing is? I actually had Broken Steel before I actually finished the game for the first time.
Oh, I didn't.
And so I could pussy out and just have, what's his bucket do it?
The
See,
Super
I
Mutant
had
Fox.
Fox, yeah. I had them, and it's like, okay, so in Fallout 3, super mutants are immune to radiation.
Yeah.
And the
he
ending
says-
scene is either you or the Brotherhood chick had to go into this radiation-filled room to release the water.
We don't want to spoil who Eden is, but we'll talk about the ending of the game.
The ending's a piece of shit. You will think of some spoiling it. But I had Fox was my side-on character, which was a super who's immune to radiation. So this Brotherhood chick is like, okay, it's either you or me that needs to go in there, and I'm just like, how about the radiation immune guy? I mean, it's not like he's stupid. He's like the most intelligent character in the game or whatever.
Yeah, if I remember right, you can actually talk to him.
I think he could push the button.
I think you can actually talk to him. He says something about, no, that's the job for a real hero or something like that.
He's like, you shut your shit and get in there.
Get in that freaking chamber. Son of a bitch.
That's like some Jake level way right there. Jake, you're immune to radiation. We need you to go in there and push that button. No, it sounds like a job for the black guy.
Yes.
I'll stand over here while I watch you die.
I actually really liked Fallout 3 a lot. But out of all of those Western RPGs that I can think of now, I still really loved Neverwinter Nights.
If it was never winter, does that mean it was always summer?
Yes, that's it. You really haven't tried Neverwinter Nights?
It's a PC game, Jake.
Well, now you need to go back and try it because the graphics are probably not good, but the gameplay is still good.
I'll stick to my handhelds.
They should make it for your handheld though. That way you can.
Neverwinter Nights would be a horrible game for a handheld. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Ken's always right.
Dan's Jesus.
No, Jesus looks up to them.
Oh, I'm sorry.
How dare you insult Dan by saying he's equal to Jesus? What's wrong with you?
Okay, the reason I like Neverwinter Nights so much is because it was basically D&D in a video game.
Jesus Christ, we're almost at 2 hours.
Oh gosh.
Whoops. Alright, we're on our last one. SRPGs.
Strategy RPGs, guys. Final Fantasy Tactics was my first strategy RPG, which
You started with an okay one.
no, I started with a great one. That one was fan-freaking-tastic. I still love it. To this day, it is like one of my very favorite. And it holds the test of time easily, especially since they remade it. Except for the one thing they did crappy for some reason, like on the PlayStation version, there's no lag when you cast spells and do abilities and stuff, but on the the PSP version, if you don't buy it from the store and then mod it, you have a lag, because if you have the UMD for it, it's just, so much as like doing one little ability, it lags out and it's crap. So
yeah, it is crap. I guess we can finally agree on that.
That lag part, the only reason that
I keep forgetting that you can't see me. I was just doing a jerking off motion that entire time, but
fuck you guys. You talk the entire damn time about your lovable things, but I can't barely get in a word edgewise about my favorite one.
I like this entire podcast. Jake has been interrupting everyone. He's like, "Oh, I remember now. Shut up, everyone." This one time, it's like I'm never gonna say anything.
Anyways, Tactics had great story, lots of fun gameplay, and a whole ton of secrets. It had Cloud in it too, so there you go. That's my first and favorite one. But Disgaea actually gets the honorable mention here because it was so much fun and it had good comedy to it. Yes, Fel actually agrees with me. He's nodding his head. Everybody.
How can anyone not agree? This guy was funny.
It was.
Probably the first game Jake said that was funny that's actually funny. What was your first, Dan? Your first and favorite, I guess.
Yeah, Disgaea Hour of Darkness and Disgaea Hour of Darkness.
That's easy. We should have started with SRPGs first.
Maybe, I doubt that anybody who listens to our podcast has ever not played this game, but maybe we should actually explain why it's so funny. Why it's so good.
I don't think we should. We just play the game. Just play the game and
just watch the cutscenes on YouTube, at least.
It's really just...
It's a game that never ends. Like, the game can go on forever. There's a story mode, and you just keep repeating through it over and over and over again until you're level 9,999.
I easily spent...
And then you can... Sorry.
Go ahead.
You can break your characters down to level 1 again, and keep leveling up over and over and over.
Like, if you love SRPGs, this guy's definitely for you.
Yeah.
Especially if you can get it on a handheld. That's where it really belongs.
Yeah. It's super good. What about you, Fel?
My first one, because we had a Sega Genesis, was the Shining Force series, which was really good. I played Shining Force 2. That was my first one. And my favorite part of that, like, there was one point in the game where you got, you had to go inside this house because there was, like, this demon in a wall or something. I can't remember exactly. But you got shrunk down, so you're, like, fighting rats, but the rats were super powerful. So you're, like, this tiny thing fighting a giant rat. That was fun. I wrote this down, my favorites. Like, I'm not a big fan of strategy RPGs, but one of my favorites is Disgaea, but that'll probably be mentioned by Dan, so I'll leave that to him.
I didn't think I went crazy, like, singing the praises of that game before, but hey.
Yeah. Like, I like Disgaea, but I think Makai Kingdom's better, because they had a better main character.
Yeah,
Lord Zeta, the most badass freaking overlord. So good. And, like, it changed things up. It wasn't, like, square-based, tile-based, or whatever. It was more radius-based and circles. But
I don't like circles, they're too round.
I love circles.
I like the squares a lot more than I like the circles. I remember playing a couple strategy RPGs where they had those circular things, and I really didn't like it as much.
I like things nice and round.
Didn't
you? I didn't actually play Tactics Ogre.
You bought it.
I know.
Do you still have it? You bought a PSP again.
I have a PSP, but I bought the Lion Tactics again for Final Fantasy Tactics again. I didn't buy Ogre Tactics.
You did a while back, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
Who was? Maybe it was Justin. I don't know.
It's probably Richie.
Oh, did Richie get a PSP?
Maybe. Anyway, so I think my favorite strategy RPG would be Valkyria Chronicles.
That's
for the PS3. Really good one. Seriously underappreciated. I'm so sad it didn't sell well.
I
Because they made sequels for the PSP and then never brought them over.
That's one of the games I actually watched live streamed, and like I came back
It really
every
is
night
fun.
to
Like
watch
it has
it over
the
and
right
over and
amount of
over again.
RPG elements in
Yeah.
it, and anyone can get into it. And it's kind of like a third-person shooter, but it's more strategy.
We should get that.
That's my favorite villainous vixen, Silveria. She's like this silver-haired beauty with huge boobs.
What is this one called?
Valkyria Chronicles.
Valkyria Chronicles. I wrote it down. Silveria is a silver-haired vixen with enormous power and boobs. Sounds like a winner in my book.
Alright, well I think this is a good place for us to stop because I'm at a save point and
Also, we're at the end of the list.
yeah, we're at the end
Yeah,
of the
that's the end
list
of the
and
list.
it's 2 hours long. So
Are you saying we would have stopped even if we didn't get to the end of the list, Jake?
no. Well, we had to get to the end of the list. That's
Well, we got to the end of the list.
Well, everyone, thanks so much for
They're probably not even listening anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe we should divide this up into 2 parts.
yeah. Thanks so much for staying with us this long. If you did, appreciate it. If you have any of your favorites or anything that you want to, say for us
Comment.
to, give us that we should try out because we love good games.
I'm not going to try anything out, but I will make fun of you. Especially John if he mentions Kingdom Hearts.
It's okay, John. I played Kingdom Hearts 1 and I really liked it.
And as we all know, we've been ridiculing all of Jake's choices this entire podcast.
And here's one for Fel. I hit you too hard. You okay? I'm sorry.
Stomach.
I know. I
That's
usually
where
go
I
for
put
the
my
arms.
food.
And one for Dan.
I'm Mr.
Leg.
Fist.
Why couldn't you hit me like the dick? I'm not using that.
And you guys have a good time. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Bye bye.